Greetings, denizens of the internet. Ethan here, and today I want to be talking about the concept of selling out on YouTube and why I personally don't care about it nearly as much as many other people do. Now, selling out is generally just an accusation people throw at a creator when they seem to be getting more clickbaity in one way or another, usually in the form of the thumbnails or the video title or obviously the video itself. But the sort of sellout baiting or accusations that I'm mostly talking about here is when people accuse creators of selling out in the form of the video. Now, the thing with the title and the thumbnail, that is a thing that happens to probably almost as often as video, but the reason why I'm kind of hesitant to have a strong opinion on that as opposed to the video thing is mostly because what makes a clickbait title or a clickbait thumbnail, I believe, to an extent, is pretty subjective, whereas a video, I believe you can find certain characteristics of to determine if it is clickbaity or not, which I will discuss later. But to knock the thumbnail title thing off quickly, a title, in my opinion, it's a good title if it's catchy, but it still is relevant to the video. So, for example, let's say something crazy happens in the middle of the video or near the end of the video. If the title hints at that event in some way, but also mentions the rest of the video, then I believe that would make a good title, depending on the way it's phrased, obviously. Now, personally, I don't like titles that specifically focus on one thing that happens in the video and then there's no description of the rest of the video. For example, I think, in my opinion, once again, PewDiePie is guilty of this, where he'll mention something about one part of the video and then, like, not include what he's even actually doing in the video minus that one part. And I've seen a lot of people complain about this. Like, for example, when he's doing a gameplay video, a Let's Play, he won't name the game in the title, and you won't even really know it's a Let's Play until you actually watch it, because he just names it something really generic or something so specific that you don't even know if it's the game, really. It's just kind of confusing and, in my opinion, kind of misleading. And the thing is, yeah, there are ironic, misleading titles as well, but morally, I think that's only, like, legitimate for some videos, maybe a few or whatever. If they're just doing it with literally every video, maybe with an exception under certain circumstances of YouTube channels, but if they're doing that under every video, then it's just kind of, you're not being ironic anymore, you're just being clickbaity. But with thumbnails, I always feel like thumbnails are a little bit more liberating than titles, because, you know, if you have a quote-unquote misleading thumbnail, I believe the title is the backup for that. For example, Linus Tech Tips has been getting accused of clickbaity thumbnails recently after they changed the style of their thumbnails to be more, catchy and attractive to look at. And while, yeah, you could call some of them misleading, it doesn't change the fact that the title is still there and, in most cases, defines the video pretty well. And to clarify, I don't think it's wrong to be a little ambiguous with the title. I don't think that's depending on how much it is, and once again, this is why I'm saying this is all a really subjective thing, and where you draw the line is totally up to you. Maybe you disagree with me about the Linus Tech Tips thing if you're paying attention to that, but, you know, I feel that if it's just ambiguous enough to get your attention, but it's not, like, completely misleading you, then I don't really have a problem with it. And to me, Linus Tech Tips has never crossed that line, with the exception of the recent Ryzen test bench video, where, once again, I won't be too boring here if you're not into that stuff, but basically they said they were benchmarking a new processor in the title, when in fact they were not. They were taking a different model of, like, the same architecture and just, like, messing with clock speeds and stuff, the speed of the processor, to imitate the other one, which, although, as it turned out later, the benchmarks were pretty close to the real one, you know, that is still misleading, because the title basically implied that they had the actual processor, which of course would be a big reason to click the video, but it was a lie, and, you know, they got a lot of dislikes for that, but oh well. They fixed it later. But anyways, you get the idea. Now you probably noticed that, as I noted earlier, I'm being kind of teetery-tottery or whatever on the video title, video thumbnail stuff, and that's what I mean. Like, it's more of a subjective thing, IMO. But let's talk about clickbaity videos, like the actual video, and that's where you transfer probably from the word clickbait to the word sellout. So what defines a sellout video to me is a video where you change the content from what normally is done on the channel with the sole intent of money, with little or no regard to your fan base. And that understandably would anger a lot of people because, you know, that's not what you subscribe to the person for. And there's that whole thing about honesty on YouTube, like I made a video on before. Click like, watch it, please. But I think whereas my honesty on YouTube thing, in my opinion, was more of once in a while that I personally wish that creators would reach out to their fans when something important happens and just talk about it instead of, you know, walking around it. This is more of a honesty in content versus honesty as a person to your audience. And I feel that as much as it may sound like a sort of gray line that I'm making up or whatever, to me personally, I don't care if someone makes fake reactions to playing a game or if they do a sponsored overview, clarify overview, not review, of a product. Is it sellout? Yeah, probably, but I don't care. I don't see anything objectively wrong with that content. Now, if you personally don't find it entertaining, I understand that. I don't find really obviously fake reactions to be entertaining, but I don't think that creator should just be shunned because of the style of their content. At that point, the Let's Player would be an actor, and the overviewer would be an overviewer. Like Unbox Therapy, a lot of people accuse him of selling out and being paid by people to give positive reviews of products. And you know what? I don't personally know the answer to that, but I personally don't really think that he's being paid to overview his products. I think he just gets sent stuff and he just says whatever comes to mind. And if he errs on the side of positivity for the sake of his YouTube audience and making a more entertaining video, so be it. That doesn't really bother me. I watch his content once in a while myself. And yeah, it's clear he panders a little bit just to kind of have the ogling of the crowd, but you know, I don't have a problem with that. So to me, it's a distinction. Now, like honesty as a person, if a YouTuber gets accused of doing something and they make one of those stupid videos where they like half apologize for it and then just like yell, basically mock their fan base, then it's like, well, that's not cool, man. What the hell? You know, and I'm talking about people who are doing this seriously, not like as a meme or whatever. Like, whatever, if it's a joke, whatever. That's a whole different subjective context. But, like, people who, there's tons of YouTubers who have made videos where they basically just come out and they half apologize, and it's really just make them, like, getting pissy at everyone. And I think that that's stupid, and that shouldn't be shouldn't be something that people are happy about on YouTube. But, you know, once again, I don't know what to say about that specific, though that depends on the situation, I suppose. But in general, I don't care if people sell out. What's the problem with that? It's not something I'd want to do. I personally do not find myself enjoying a ton of creators who do that for a large portion of their content, but whatever, man. Whatever people enjoy should be whatever they enjoy. And you know what? Look, here's what it comes down to. YouTube is a business. It's probably a business that in many cases is much more artsy-fartsy than a lot of other professions and is more free roam and more whatever, because your business is being an entertainer more than anything else. And at the end of the day, if a creator wants to entertain more people, even if they're entertaining because they want the money, if they're entertainment and it's working, then why does it matter? I draw it to a comparison of a quote-unquote real business. Like, let's say someone was running a grocery store. Let's say they increase the prices of things because there's been an inflation in the economy, and they need to account for that by making things cost a little bit more so they can stay in business. What's the problem in that? Is it Sellout in the sense that they want to maintain their profits? Yeah, but if you don't like that as a customer, you can just not use their products. Likewise, if a YouTuber, you can just not watch their videos if you don't enjoy the sellout content. But unless they do something that's like actually wrong, like for example, Walmart freaking goes out to small towns and craps on every other small business there, and just so they can have their empire, that's messed up. And if a YouTuber seeks to sabotage other YouTubers through whatever devious methods, that's messed up too. But we're not talking about specifically immoral, likely in some cases illegal things like that. We're just talking about people making content a certain way so that it captivates a larger audience. Like, objectively, what is wrong with that? Nothing, in my opinion, I guess. Objectively, in my opinion, of course. But, you know, I don't see why people care so much about that. If you don't like it, don't watch. But I guess that's my opinion, and, you know, everyone has an opinion, and yours might be different, and that's fine. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and maybe subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. I'll try to post these more often if I ever notice that it seems like people actually care about them. But that's the gist of it, and I hope you have a good day, and see you later. Be sure to leave constructive criticism in the comments, please, by the way. Thank you.